News Storm Team.
Well, now that the wind has really dropped off, it is a beautiful night across western North Dakota. Here's some live shots with our KX cams. Bowman, Wofford City, Harvey, and Rugby. Just a beautiful night, real light wind, just a tiny bit breezy in Bowman, but still very, very pleasant outside. And it is going to be rather cool overnight tonight. The temperatures are likely going to fall into the mid-40s for most of us. Might be a couple of upper 40s to around 50 like in Bismarck, but most areas in the 40s. So considering it's August, that's going to be a very cool night tonight. 60s and 70s tomorrow, mostly 60s in the north, 70s in the south. There might even be just a small little chance of storms close to the South Dakota border even tomorrow morning, but better odds by tomorrow evening and then on Thursday night, Friday, and Friday night. Might even be a little rain on Saturday as well. And overall, mild temperatures for the weekend. It does appear there may be a bit of a pattern change next week to drier air with just periodic chances of storms. This looks like a postcard. There's a color in there. That looks great. 71 degrees. Northwest wind is 7. Just a beautiful shot of Bismarck. Minot 62 degrees. North wind at 3. Notice those colors in the sky there. Williston 60 degrees. Northwest wind at 15. The dew point very low at 40. So even just low humidity. And Dickinson looks great as well. 63 degrees. Northwest wind only 10 miles an hour. So a few more temperatures across western North Dakota. A lot of 60s up here. Bismarck still is 71. We have some 50s in the Turtle Mountains, but overall, just very, very pleasant conditions. You can see by these wind arrows here that we have a westerly or northwesterly wind. And for most of the day, the wind was 15, 20 miles an hour, some spots a little bit more. But right now, we're really looking at 5 to 10 with just a couple of exceptions there. And, you know, we had rain last night, a couple of severe storms in the south as well. So this was from last night's rain. This was from this morning's rain overall. And this is a radar estimated rainfall. So this isn't rain in a rain gauge, so we can guarantee it's accurate, but it's probably pretty close. And it certainly gives you an idea who had the heaviest rainfall amounts. But you can see around Hazelton and Napoleon and Wishick and Edgeley, Ashley not quite as much. Fort Yates getting some good rain. South of Bismarck, a couple of spots getting some rain. Now this was for the most part overnight, and many areas got inch and a half, 2 inches. Some of them even got places even got a little bit more than that. I know earlier we got a call from KHND Radio in Rugby, and they simulcast some of our KX newscasts. They had 1.1 inches at the radio station in Rugby, and tomorrow morning it's possible to have a little rain down to the south there. You can see that, maybe a couple of small storms in the afternoon, and then for the most of the afternoon into the evening hours, weather should be pretty nice. And then tomorrow night, that's when the next chance of rain moves in. A little bigger chance. Look at that. I mean, that looks a little more impressive for rain, and even some in the north as well, and maybe some storms by Thursday afternoon. And we'll continue with that chance of rain Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. Maybe not as good of odds, but still chances. So the next 72 hours for Dickinson, 60s and 70s with, yes, chances of rain, maybe some storms. 60s and 70s in Williston as well. Maybe some rain, maybe some storms. And temperatures tonight, 40s to around 50. That's going to be kind of cool. And then tomorrow, mild temperatures. These are way below normal. Here's a look at the Bismarck 7-day outlook. And yes, next week we get back into the mid-80s. And for the Minot area, it may not be mid-80s next week, but it is going to warm up a little bit. But for the next couple of days, we still have chances of rain.
Yeah, and it is pretty chilly. It's interesting how the lows now are the highs in just a few months.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Tom.